The day I thought I lost my sister. It was a regular Saturday morning, and I was relaxing at home when I got a phone call from an unknown number. I hesitated but decided to answer. A man's stern voice said, "We're calling about your sister, Emily. There's been an incident, and we need you to come to the hospital immediately." My heart stopped. Emily and I were inseparable growing up, and the thought of her being hurt made me panic. I rushed to the hospital, replaying every possible worst-case scenario in my mind. When I arrived, a nurse directed me to a small private room where a doctor greeted me. His expression was grave. "Your sister was in a serious car accident. We're doing everything we can, but you should prepare yourself," he said. My legs went weak. The thought of losing her was unbearable. I asked if I could see her, but they told me she was in surgery. Instead, they handed me a small bag with her belongings, a charred phone, her wallet, and her favorite bracelet. I sat in the waiting room for what felt like hours, calling family members and trying to hold myself together. I kept telling myself she'd pull through. Emily was always the fighter in the family. Finally, the doctor returned, looking conflicted. "I'm so sorry," he began, but before he could finish, I heard a familiar voice behind him. "Why is everyone acting like I'm dead?" I whipped around to see Emily, alive and mostly unharmed, walking toward me with a confused look. It turns out there had been a mix-up. The car that crashed was similar to hers, and her ID had somehow been left at the scene. In reality, Emily had been at a nearby coffee shop when her car was stolen. She only found out about the accident after a police officer called her. The relief I felt was indescribable. I hugged her tighter than I ever had before, tears streaming down my face. It was the worst and best day of my life rolled into one.